good, you've arrived. Sarah, focus. We haven't much time at all. They've been busy. They certainly have. Use that machine in your hand to find your way. There's much to see, much to learn.
Where am I?
It's been some time now. This place has been waiting for your arrival. Gather up everything you can. The memories contained within these walls are waiting to be found. Sarah, listen to me. You must succeed.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? My name is Nick, otherwise known here as Avialence, and welcome to Daylight. This is actually a horror game that was released today, which is Tuesday, April 29th. I was able to spend a little bit of time with the game, although it is finals week for me, so I only had about a 30-minute time period that I was able to do, and that's what you guys are seeing in this video here. But it's a good horror game so far, and I'm really enjoying it because it does stand out, which is great compared to, other games like Outlast, Amnesia, and, these other horror games. Amnesia really sparked a lot of these, and it's nice to have Daylight stand out. So how did I really notice the game? It's not something that's too well known. I know there's a lot of great reviews. It's getting a lot of good feedback. But I actually know it from The Comedy Button, which is a podcast hosted by some of my favorite gaming journalists. And they actually work for like Rev3 Games, Destructoid. I believe a couple of them are for IGN as well. But my friend, I like to call him that because I feel like I've known him forever, but I honestly just listened to him on the podcast. I've never actually met him. Anthony Gallegos actually left his job as a gaming journalist to go and work on this game. So that's why I was really interested in it. And, the highlight is, after spending 30 minutes with the guys, I absolutely loved the game. This is an awesome piece of work, and there's a lot of great mechanics in here that I'm really excited to be talking about with you guys in this video today. So in the game you're playing as Sarah. She is the main protagonist. I would also like to throw out there that I love that there's a female protagonist in one of these games. I love strong female leads, and I think that Sarah actually fits it quite well. She's pretty fearless as far as going into this, minus that spider at the very beginning, right? And it's a cool thing to have a female protagonist. I don't know, I really appreciate these, because it's been a while since I've played through a game that has a strong female protagonist. I really think Tomb Raider was the last one, and then of course I'm replaying through Mirror's Edge, so that's going on right now. But going into some of the basic mechanics, I don't want to make this video too long. We have flares, glow sticks, and then sigils, and this is kind of the process you're going to go through. So glow sticks you find are pretty early on in the game, and when using glow sticks you'll be able to uncover secrets, so to speak, right? So when using these glow sticks, you will have I guess an etch, right? It's like a weird etched Aztec pattern, right, that goes across, similar to the one that's on Sarah's arm, as you guys can see on screen right now. And when using the glow sticks, you will be able to see certain areas, certain walls, certain objects, or namely a lot of them have been cupboards so far, cupboards and filing cabinets, that you can open to find secrets in the world. Now these secrets are obviously needed to progress. They're called remnants, and what you'll have to do is find all these remnants to learn the story of the spirit that's in your area. And then once you do that, you will be able to uncover a sigil. Now these sigils are actually used to progress in the game through these locked doors, which are really wild. They're actually some form of supernatural energy. And by having the spirit sigil, you're able to escape the area of the hospital that the spirit is inhabiting and locking down, which I think is quite cool. Now, you also have flares, as I'm sure you guys just saw. So flares actually protect you from the shadows. I'm not really quite sure, are the shadows the antagonists in this? Are they just the spirits? I really don't quite understand that. But I do like the idea that the flares can protect you, right? Now, they only protect you for a short amount of time, and you only have access to 4 flares and 4 glow sticks, so you really have to use them wisely. So far, like I said, I've only played about 30 minutes of the game, but it works well, and it's a mechanic that I like because I have limited resources, and I use them quite quickly, so it's really neat, and I really appreciate that. So you guys have heard me mention a couple times throughout this video that I like that it's supernatural horror. And what I'm meaning here is essentially it's not blood and guts, right? There's not a lot of blood and guts, and maybe I've just been playing too much Outlast lately, but that's what I appreciate in Daylight. No blood and guts. It's supernatural horror, psychological horror rather, which means that you're scared and you are afraid of what's going on because you don't know what's going on. You don't understand it. What is it? What is happening? Why am I here? Who's Sarah? You know, and I love that you're asking yourself that question even as you're playing the game as Sarah. Who's Sarah? What are these weird markings on my hand? What are these weird markings everywhere? It's the idea that you don't know what's going on, and that's something that I really like about this game. It doesn't have to rely on a bunch of blood and guts, but rather the supernatural, right? The psychological. I mean, you guys are about to walk in on a scene here, and again, this is the first 30 minutes of the game, so I'm not spoiling too much for you. But I mean, you walk in here, and if you're like me, you're going to be like, what is this? Why is this a thing? What are all these symbols? What do they mean? And that's something that I really like. I mean, you see these symbols crop up on your mobile device when you're going around using it as a map. You see all these different elements. And I mean, I really like the idea, too, that, you know, when it comes down to it, this could have been a cutscene right here. But guess what? I'm playing the cutscene. This is something I really like. I don't like to be stripped from the game and then thrown right back in it for a cutscene, which is great. I love the idea that I'm discovering in this game. I feel like I'm actually doing meaningful work instead of just trying to run around and avoid being stabbed because, you know, that's scary. Not necessarily. I mean, we don't even know who this voice is talking to us. I just love the idea that this is supernatural in essence. I mean, moving on to, I mean, you guys will see this cutscene here. The soundtrack is great, and I'm actually going to let you guys experience this soundtrack for a second. Now, I know that's only a brief second, right? I couldn't do the whole thing, but you guys can just... I love it. I love the old piano. I love the idea that it feels like classical horror, which is great. I mean, it's something that hasn't been happening a lot recently, especially in horror movies. I've actually stopped watching a lot of horror movies at the theater because it's just the same old BS, right? So I like the classic throwback, you know, the good old piano, so to speak. I mean, all in all, though, guys, that's kind of the overall thought on Daylight from the get-go. I will do an impressions video of this. I am set to play this game, but I just got to make it through finals week. But, you know, this is just a, hey, go out and buy this if you're looking for a good psychological horror game. I am loving the game. I'm seeing a lot of people embracing it on Twitch, which is great. And I'm really excited to get more time on it, probably this weekend. I know I've got 2 finals left, and then I have a free weekend, so maybe I'll stream some Daylight for you guys, and we'll get through the game. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to this channel. I do a lot of these welcome to videos, kind of talking about new games that are coming out, or stuff I would just want to chat about here on the channel, as well as, you know, first impressions, as you guys are going to get a first impressions of Daylight once I actually play through the game. So feel free to subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video but don't want to subscribe, or you know, you enjoyed the video and you've already subscribed, hit that like button to support the channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys go enjoy Daylight. If you've already played it, feel free to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I'm interested in starting a discussion on the game. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.